consent agenda, new business, discuss library repair.
Johnny Knight had originally, not trying to be brief, but Johnny Knight originally had the old library. He did the pressure washing part of it, and, of course, Johnny got the bid, he basically couldn't finish. So, we got a quote from Thomas England. He used to live here years ago, and, he quoted us $4,800 for the labor. And then we asked him about materials. He said, well, how about $5,300 for materials and labor? So that's basically what I'm bringing to the board tonight on that, which is, in my mind, a really good price.
Yeah.
That's the painting, replacing all the panels, the entranceway, the handicap door, the covering over the handicap door is rotted. We got some wood windows that he can, what do you say, Bobby, put vinyl on them?
Yeah, he can repair all that. Jay and I've been working on this since when, back this time last year.
Yeah, I can't get anything done.
Yeah, Mr. Knight started, went on middle of summer, he couldn't finish it. Then we got T. Purvis come up there, and he said he would do it. We get somebody else to paint it, he fixed all the other parts. And then about a month or two later, he decided he couldn't do it. So Mr. England's dad used to be a painter here. He was
John, I know
John,
yeah.
that was his dad. He was a painter here. He painted that library when it was built.
Painted City Hall too, you said?
Yeah, City Hall too. Anyway, he's well known, good painter, professional painter, but he can do the carpenter work too. It's just hard to find somebody to do something like that. I mean, we got a lot of rod around the windows and the breezeway, and that front door entrance faces that sun all day. All that wood around that needs to be redone.
Yeah, it's right.
It's right.
Yeah.
We also have a window situation we may have to replace. I think you had already called
Glassworks.
Glassworks to give us a quote.
We're looking at about $1,800 on the window.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
But that's a wait and dig kind of thing.
the
Right?
library needs a lot of attention. If y'all been in it lately, inside too, but all we do is a little bit each year. So hopefully maybe we can start on the inside next year, outside.
But he said it was gonna be on, what, in January?
Yeah.
The 1st of February before he could
Right.
probably get to it.
Can we get a second quote from someone just so we have a comparison?
Well, we got Tigger. Did he give us a price? He did.
He never gave us a quote on it, did he?
No, but Mr. Knight had already given us a quote, so we already got 2 quotes. Mr. Knight gave us a quote for $3,800, which we approved, and he backed
He
down.
backed down. Okay.
So, I mean, that's 2 quotes.
I mean, would that be fair?
I think you need to,
You have to,
quote everything else.
yeah, you have to have another
You're
one. so
you're
it's
basically
fair.
letting the work out.
Yeah.
I think you need to get a second
Oh,
quote.
we do.
Yeah.
We didn't pay Mr. Knight anything, did we? So,
So you basically got the pressure wash for free.
yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying, though, he gave a quote, started the job, and didn't finish.
But I can solicit another quote if that's the board.
Yeah.
But they
To
have
make
to
sure
within so many
we right.
days of, right? Quotes, they have to be within so many days.
Well, I can understand both, yeah, that was back in the summertime.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a
And
while.
Johnny put in one, so. But his was so
Low.
ridiculously low.
Yeah,
that-
yeah.
I mean, with that though, with us waiting, that's gonna push him back further though.
Well, if we approve
I
it at the
can-
next board
If I can
meeting,
get it for next board meeting.
then you should be able to start, when he's planning to start in February, like January.
So y'all want to table this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Approve sending courtesy letter to Ms. Miriam Rivers, Field Street property.
Okay, I had a person to come by and request that we send a tax up about the property. I actually talked to Ms. Rivers today on the phone, and she wants to speak on behalf of her property.
To the mayor, to the board. It's not like I haven't been trying to make progress on the property. I have been purchasing the land from the tax sale for the past few years, and I just got it cleared to where I paid the third year. I actually consulted Mr. Mayo, I don't know if he remember me, I put my mask down, you probably would.
Yes, ma'am.
About the, properties that I, purchased. And it's a lien on the land. I think it's, the FHA home that, I don't know, I guess the owners at that time had, borrowed money. Ms. Wilbon had borrowed money, but I was just acquiring the property to try to actually help the neighborhood. And so, unwanted things wouldn't come into the neighborhood is what I was really trying to prevent. So I purchased it. So I did contact, however, this gentleman right here, the fire person, and, I went down there and I talked to him about, just doing a control burn fire. Well, they don't do that anymore. So, I mean, so where do we go from here? Or what do we do?
So you trying to get it torn down? You wanna get it torn down?
I guess, but see, that's what I'm saying. I wanted to make sure that the property was in my name before I actually started doing anything
Okay.
for myself, putting money into it. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So with the lien on the property, it's technically not all the way in your name yet, or?
No, it's not technically always
Right,
in my
so,
name yet.
so then that courtesy letter should be going to the lien holder,
Okay then.
yeah.
Is that, cause it could be 3 or 4 people have liens on property.
Well, I mean, and I'm trying to remember the exact circumstances here. You bought it at the tax sale, and you've gotten a tax deed at this point, correct?
Now don't get the properties mixed up, cause one of them, I was wanting to do something else with it.
Right.
But the other one,
On this particular property, have you got your tax deed yet?
I might have it in the car. Do you need to look at it or something?
Well, let's table this and bring it back to this board meeting. I wanna look at it. a
This,
little bit
this was
closer.
Mr. Quilla Myers, Ms. Wilbur property.
It is. It is. It's right next door to our family land. So
Yeah.
that's why I wanted to acquire it. So, like I said, so nothing unwanted would come. You know, Mr. Andy Kidd used to have the land that was right next to us. And so his family.
Trailers and stuff, yeah.
Still owns that, and then Miss Betty owns right next door to
Right.
that. So we was just trying to keep the land, you know what I'm saying?
Is that White House by the good?
Right by the
By the bridge,
Right, right,
Mr.
right,
Quilla
right.
Myers,
It's by
Ms.
the
Wilbur.
bridge.
That old White House right there?
Yes,
It's actually torn down. People have stole everything, the car, everything out of the refrigerator that could be. It's just dilapidated. It's just gone down. It was actually going down before she went into the nursing home, and her son came to take care of her.
After you get clear information about the lien and everything.
Sir.
If you talk to Mr. Mayo about the lien and everything, get all that cleared up, I'll talk to me. Cause, I know somebody that'll clear it out for a little bit.
You know somebody that will clean it up?
Yeah, for a little bit.
Okay then, okay.
So, but take care of that part first.
Take care of the first part?
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
So we still gonna table it though?
We're gonna table it.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, all right. Sit.
Okay, discuss school board appointment.
Okay, our school board appointment will be, our new board member should be in place first board meeting in March. So we need to put it out there, let people know that we do have an open school board position, which is right now being held by Alice Hopkins, well, yeah, Hopkins, well, everybody know Alice, but that's who holds it right now. And the person that's interested in the position has to be a person that lives inside the city.
You need a motion for advertising. I make a motion we advertise for the position.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Who seconded that?
I did.
Okay.
Accept $50 donation for
Okay,
beautification.
wait a minute,
Oh, sorry.
Tamika, you didn't vote.
I said, I just got this mask on,
Oh,
probably.
you don't vote.
You can't vote.
Oh, that's
You
right,
can't
that's
vote.
right, that's right.
You had to, you should, I should've.
That was step out again, and we do it.
We need to do it again, just go on.
We need to properly do it.
Let's do it properly. All right, let's move to rescind that real quick.
I make most we were seeing that previous vote, just put.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. anywhere,
Go ahead,
anywhere you
sit
wanna
down.
go.
Okay.
So
I
now
make a motion that we,
advertise?
put it out for advertising on, appointment for school board in March.
Second.
All in favor? Come on, make
Come
it
back,
back.
Mr. Snicker.
Accept $50 donation for beautification.
Make a motion, we accept the donation.
Second.
All in favor? It's supposed to be January 17th. Discuss Martin Luther King program.
Parade.
Yeah,
Parade.
that's what we programmed though.
Oh, a program, okay,
Only they doing parade.
okay.
On January 17th, 2022, they wanna do it at Ray Payne Park.
Make a motion that we do so. Second.
All in favor?
Can I add something to that? Rain, we've always had a standing, every year that we do it at the depot in case it rains, so can you add that?
Okay.
You know, just in case it rains.
I make a motion that if it rain, second place, it'll be at the depot instead. Second.
All in favor? Discuss driveway on Tillman Street. Mr. Gary already showed me the pictures of, this Molly, Martin driveway. And what they was talking about, well, waste management was coming in and turning around. Waste Pro, Waste Pro, my bad. Waste Pro was coming in and turning around, said that they're gonna take care of it. He already showed me, everything and talked to me about it.
So will there be a turnaround area for them, or will they have to back up in there?
Jay gonna get with them and the driver, and they gonna bang down there. It's not a very long road, and
Right.
it's not actually the driveway itself, so off to the side, it's not really up. So whenever they get drive up, I get the tractor in there, I'll smooth that back out and everything.
And they work good
Since
about
we're on that subject, or wasn't there, I know it's not physical streets there, but on our maps, is there wasn't that a through street over there years ago that used to run through there? Right between her and Miss Anderson? If you look at the maps, cause I'm saying it may be a place they may be able to do it, if we go back and look at our maps.
I'm not aware of one.
It seems like years ago, I remember that been coming up, it was never an actual road put in, but I think on the maps, it may show a through street.
We can look at our land glide and see.
Yeah, just, and that may be an option for them to.
But it's probably easier than just back down.
Okay,
Back
that's fine.
down, because it's just a short street.
All right.
But I'm gonna talk to them tomorrow about it.
Discuss pay rate.
Yeah, I had to, put on there, I know last week y'all gave a pay raise to a young man, but if I'm not mistaken, when there was, a lot of people been promised money, that's just what it is. But when the city sees that they're in a financial situation, and it was voted on unanimously by this board to freeze all pay raises until March, the only way a pay raise can be given is if that previous, pay raise that was voted on to freeze has to be lifted first. That has to be rescinded before you can move forward with another pay raise. And my understanding that didn't take place. Am I right?
That's correct.
So that makes that pay raise that was voted on, that's null and void. Until you receive that previous, freeze, then that raise y'all gave last week is no good.
First I'm hearing of that issue, let me look at that,
It's, okay.
okay?
You have to rescind the previous raise in order to go forward with the raises.
But we could go all the way back when we did vote to allow this raise once that, he got his certification in the water. So that was did before this.
Yeah, but what happens is when the city sees the financial situation, it's not that we're not gonna give a raise. It was just freezing all raises until March. That's what took place because of our financial situation. And in order to go ahead and go through with another raise, you have to rescind that vote. Until that vote is rescinded, then what happened last week is null and void.
We also voted to give the raise with those votes, so if that's
I'll
not
confirm
involved,
that with the
also,
board.
once he
I'm not
got
sure that's
certification.
completely
There's
accurate.
two.
So, but there's been several other situations where we voted on things and then you would say, well, we need to rescind that in order to do this, because we've already voted one way. You've even said that before. It wasn't that directly on the pay raise. There's been other issues where we voted and you say, okay, we gotta rescind this vote in order to go forward with this. That would fall upon the same category.
His raise was, for me, is a thing called grandfathered in. I think what we did with the old board, we grandfathered in his raise once he got his certification. All that exceeded after the fact. This came after the fact about this. I'm thinking he was, because it was understood that he would take the position, once he got his certification, water certification, that he would get the raise.
This my
Well,
question.
I don't remember it being voted on like that though.
This
I
my
remember
question
when we
about
hired the guy.
How was it voted on, Charlie? What it voted on, like I'm saying? That once he got
Bring
certified?
that, so bring those minutes so we can see that, cause I don't remember that being voted on like that.
So was he supposed to be getting a raise once he got his water and his sewer both certification? Because this is where I'm sitting on with this. When he got his first certification, no one said that, okay, once he get his water certification, no, he got his water first. Once he gets his sewer certification, he's due another raise. Then we came back and we froze the raises. Still at that time, nobody said, well, once he gets this certification, he's due for another raise. Like, I'm new. So whatever happened prior to me getting elected in, I didn't know anything about that. But once he got his first raise for water, once again, no one said he's due another raise. Once raises were frozen, no one said again, he's due another raise. So I just think it was a miscommunication with the raises, because anybody can be promised anything. A promise is just a promise. Because when I got hired on, it could have been when we promised to give you more than Danny, $1 more. If it's not in black and white and in writing, it's null and void. That's how I see it. But I could be wrong, might be above my pay grade, but that's how I see it.
Well, just like any other raise, any other vote that we do, if it's one that we have on the table, we have to rescind that previous vote in order to move forward with that. And that's what we've always done in any situation we've had to rescind other votes to do that. This wouldn't be any different. It wouldn't be any different. And then what happened with the previous board, a new board could come in and revote any of that out. A new board has the right to do that because that was under a previous administration. So I think we are really out of line with that vote, and we got to be better stewards with the taxpayers' dollars. So
Let the attorney look at it, because
Look at it.
like I just told the mayor, anytime we've had any kind of certification, they got a, what, 50% rate, they got a certification sheet the same way.
and that's true
And I
if there's
understand
not a
the
freeze.
Raise freeze, but I'm just going
If
back.
there's
to
not a
what's
freeze,
always
that
happened.
is true. But with the freeze in place, then that all of that's off the table.
If we had a handbook and some rules, all of this will fall in line. So without a handbook and rules, it's always gonna be, this person says this goes like this. Until you have a handbook and rules in place, it will always be a back and forth issue to me.
Been saying that for the longest.
Can I say this?
We need to put the documentation.
This certification that this guy got, city got to have it.
Exactly.
They got to have it. So you gonna say that if Fred decided he wants to just cut all ties with the city of Newton right now, the city gonna be in trouble because we don't have nobody certified.
Then we hire somebody else like we hire anybody else. I mean, we feel that if
If
we
you
have
hire
one
a
person in
certi-
place,
if you hire
then
a
the city can't
certified-
function if somebody leaves. Everybody comes here to get trained.
Certified man in here, you gonna be paying more than.
And we've had opportunity to get others certified, but we won't use them. I mean, we had other people that said that they would go take the certification, but we've yet to send them.
That's what we got, the attorney card.
Anyone that wanted to go take that certification.
Johnson Davis is a perfect one. He was asked by Fred twice, then by him, and he has yet to be gone.
No.
Okay.
Okay.
So I guess
Mr. Mayor,
we-
we can move on.
All right, everybody calm down. We do.
Attorney,
Okay.
Attorney General, who name is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Approved city holiday for Monday, January 17th, 2022, in observance for Martin Luther King Jr. holiday.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Police Department. Approved hiring for Sean Bingham as a part-time certified officer at the rate of $12.50 per hour.
Make a motion to do so.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Approved changing Deontay Bender from full-time to part-time status.
I got a question about that. The only problem I mean, I wanna make it part-time, only problem I have with that, when we constantly hire the officer as a full-time officer, did we ever check on that about the insurance, seeing if they have to wait so long? Did we ever check on that?
We're checking on that, but right now our policies are,
They get some of
Some of that,
Yes, I mean, cause even if they on a 90-day probation, if they get injured, you got to be able to cover them if they're injured on city time.
that's workers' comp, I mean, that's different than health insurance.
I make a motion to do so, make it part-time.
Second.
All in favor?
Are we changing this rate of pay to what?
Same as part-time.
$12.50?
Same part.
Okay, let me ask this other question while we talking about that. His certification, this Bingham man that he's hiring, can we give him 30 days to get his certification to me?
I have to tomorrow.
Discuss trade in
Wait a
and
minute,
purchase.
Moncrief has made the motion, who seconded it?
All right, second.
Steele. Okay.
Discuss trade in and purchase a firearm.
We need to get a second quote on that, so we're gonna table that.
Airport, approved payment of Tractor Construction LLC in the amount of $60,956.41.
Make a motion to do so.
You made the motion?
I make
Dan made the motion.
Okay.
Is there a second? Send a motion.
I see.
All in favor? Pay claims docket number 65790-69946.
Motion
Approved. All in favor?
Aye.
Executive session?
Sir?
Executive session? Executive session, please.
Executive session.
It's in person.
You want to do round table before we do that, or?
roundtable discussion first.
Oh. Round table discussion.
Just briefly, our numbers on COVID increased a lot from Christmas to today. 112 new cases in the county. Not seeing a big of an increase with respect to overwhelmed at this point, but this is the Omicron variant. I think it's kind of, these are numbers higher than they were in the weather and the flu game and stuff like that. But should be really well, but we went from small numbers to a big number right here at the beginning of the year and Christmas time and everything. So just continue to exercise caution when you're doing about social distancing and quarantine. So do that. Also, I am working on the manual that was mentioned earlier, as well as I pulled the recent 2021 survey of salaries with respect to, y'all had asked about possibly some pay scales and things of that nature. And I'm looking at bringing that to you as well. So we're working on that.
Dan? Discuss the need for executive executive session?
Close, close.
No closed session?
I make a motion that we go in closed session to discuss the need for executive session.
That's it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Now closed session. Y'all stay.
I make a motion with amend the agenda for public works discussion on,
That's a quote on the counter box that's going to lift
or
station.
let's vote, let's get it amended first, I make a motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
And we need to make the other amendments now. Or
You can do that all in one motion, you know, I mean, but you just did that one, so go ahead, let's go ahead
I
and.
also want to, we voted on that, but I make a motion, we amend the agenda for discussion on Officer Carlisa Taylor.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Rick?
That's a quote on the counter box that went out of lift station on Old Hick Road. Kind of emergency, get it repaired. Get the pump up and all, so got to be repaired.
Where's it pumping?
Right off, Old Hick Road here, lift station over here.
It's lift station pump.
And to have to get that out of ARP money. And have a big, and we got to use the ARP money for that.
Does qualify. I make a motion, we approve this payment for repairs to lift station pump out of ARP.
As an emergency purchase, as an emergency.
Emergency purchase, $4,875.
That's second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Y'all wanna make this motion? Or
That's, you want to read it up? So, reduce the hourly rate for Melissa Taylor to $12.50 as a non-certified officer.
Make a motion to do so.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Effective, we need an effective date.
That you need a effective.
Effective date,
Would it be December?
December 23rd.
I make a motion that we, reduce Alyssa Taylor pay December the 23rd as effective $12.50 an hour as a non-certified officer.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Alright, vote to send a request of the man for overpayment for $5,549.06 to Ms. Melissa Taylor.
Make a motion to do so.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anything else? Alright. Setting of the next regular recess meeting, January the 18th, 2022.